Brilliance Audio presents The Cook by Maylis de Kerangal, translated by Sam Taylor, performed by Carly Robbins. 1. Berlin. Doner kebab. A train moves toward Berlin. It speeds through wide-open spaces, past smoking fields. It's fall. Sitting in a second-class car, head leaning against the window, is a slender young man, about 20 years old, traveling light, a book in his hands. I am sitting on the bench facing him. I decipher the title on the book's cover, La Cuisine du Référence, the famous French handbook for culinary professionals, and see the 3 stylized chef's hats drawn against a red, white, and blue background. Then I sit up and lean forward, propelling myself into the book's pages, with their rows of illustrations and italicized captions, step-by-step photographs that feature no human face or mouth, only torsos and hands, precise hands, with clean, neatly trimmed fingernails, hands holding metal, glass, or plastic utensils, hands plunged inside containers, hands wielding blades, each hand captured in an action. The young man leaves through the book's pages, consulting the table of contents and the glossary, the preface and the appendixes. He seems to be hovering around it without actually reading it, as if he didn't know where to start. In fact, I think he doesn't know much at all, not even what he's doing on this train, on this day, at this hour. And if you asked him the question, if you put him on the spot and demanded, "Why Berlin?" I imagine he would shrug, close his eyes, let his head sink back against the seat, and withdraw into himself. The only thing he is sure about is the fact of sitting in this car, immersed in its imitation leather and gleam of brass, in this atmosphere of confinement, damp warmth, detergent smell, his shoes touching this carpeted floor. The only thing he feels with any certainty is the steady power of the machine that carries him forward, a grayish blur through the window. The landscape is an old mattress. The boy closes the book and falls asleep. October 2005, and it's freezing cold in Prenzlauer Berg, as Mauro, travel bag slung over his shoulder, leaves the train station a few hours later and walks to a building on Lodumstrasse, where a friend of his has an apartment, rented for next to nothing, that will still be too big for the 2 of them. The staircase echoes, and when he reaches the landing, he finds the door open. Mauro enters, calls out. There's no one. He sits cross-legged on the floor next to a coal stove sculpted like the base of a fountain. He looks around. The large room is arranged with a few pieces of restored furniture. He rubs his hands, realizes he's hungry. He's here for 3 months. All Mauro remembers of this Berlin period is the mix of cold, white, empty days and dark, hot, overpopulated nights, a balance that suits him. All the same, for the first few weeks, the daytime impresses him with its empty hours and its fibrous texture, like glass wool. Solitary hours in the apartment, while Joachim, his roommate, works in a hip bar on Rosenthalerstrasse, floating hours where even the slightest movement makes the apartment creak, prompting him to turn up the music to its highest setting so he can't hear anything else. He chills out in this sonic cloud until the time comes for him to slip into another one, at the bar, where he goes to meet the others. There, he focuses on the gestures, expressions, faces of those around him.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?